Right now, millions of Americans who get their health insurance through Obamacare are wondering what they're going to do. Huge premium spikes, an average of about 25%, but much higher in some places, will go into effect next year. Even with government subsidies, that could price some people out of the market, defeating the stated purpose of the Affordable Care Act. The administration insists increasing subsidies will cover the premium increases. Republicans, as you can imagine, are on the warpath, with the confirmation of what they've been talking about for years coming just 2 weeks before Election Day. The president and Democrats in tight races are trying to explain or running for cover. We get that story tonight from correspondent Kevin Cork at the White House.
Sticker shock. That's how critics are describing the massive hike in premiums facing those who get their health coverage under the Affordable Care Act, Obamacare. The government's own study showing that prices will go up dramatically in 2017. In some cases, not by single, not by double, but by triple digits in the coming year. Online, on air, even on Facebook. White House officials, eager to tamp down the furor, were out in force today, still trying to sell the merits of the law.
And one of the things that we think going forward that we should do to improve our health insurance is to offer a deeper subsidy to young people, to encourage them to go into the marketplace.
While the hikes will vary from state to state, consumers in Arizona, for example, are expected to get hit with a whopping 145% increase in premiums.
Part of this is because Arizona is one of those states that had really low average premiums, among the lowest in the country. So now insurance companies basically are trying to catch up.
That was President Obama's explanation for the pending spike last week. But today, his administration was forced to concede while the law is covering millions more people, it's also costing more. The Fed says average premium coverage will rise about 25% nationwide compared to 2016. That's about $302 a month on average, up from $242. But Health and Human Services officials still say most people won't be affected by the increase. 72% of consumers, they say, should be able to find premiums that cost less than $75 a month.
Even in Arizona, where 75% of the folks actually have subsidies that will help them so that they're insulated from those changes.
House Speaker Paul Ryan wasn't buying it. In a statement he quipped, the president recently compared Obamacare to a Samsung Galaxy Note 7. And he's right. This disastrous law is blowing up, but at least you can return the phone. Critics say the rate hikes were predictable, if not outright planned.
The Democrats instituted Obamacare. Why? Because they knew it eventually would fall on its own and they'd move to a single-payer system. Now, if you like the Department of Motor Vehicles, you're going to love a single-payer system.
Even worse for the president's own party, backing his signature health care law will now come at an increasingly higher political price, forcing even staunch advocates to consider when it comes to Obamacare whether it's time to fix it or forget it. Brett, as you pointed out, a lot of members of the GOP are unimpressed by what they have heard lately about Obamacare. Obviously, this goes back quite some time. Let me just share what Arkansas Senator Tom Cotton of the GOP had to say today. He said, Obamacare is in a death spiral, and we must take action before things get worse. Obviously, much worse for those middle-class families who will no doubt have to bear the brunt of those sharp price increases, Brett.
Kevin Cork live on the North Lawn. Kevin, thank you.